My name is Laura Combs, and I'm the Executive Director of Family Promise of Albuquerque. The mission of Family Promise is to help families in the Albuquerque area who are facing homelessness to achieve and sustain independence. So Family Promise is a shelter program for families with minor children. It is required that they do have a minor child in their custody. Our program is a 30 to 90-day program, and we work with 23 congregations throughout the Albuquerque area who turn their congregations into individual spaces for the families on a weekly basis. We rely on 700 volunteers for our shelter program to work, and those are the volunteers at the 23 congregations. They provide meals overnight, someone to stay overnight, and a van driver in the morning. We work together with the 23 congregations to make sure that these families are able to overcome any barriers that they may have. They work to address any barriers to work or housing, and we help them to address those and overcome them. We also work with the families on an individual basis, doing intensive case management to figure out where things went wrong and how they ended up in this situation and how they can avoid that in the future. Families are with us for 60 to 90 days, and in that time, parents are required to look for employment, research housing resources, and attend intensive case management. So Family Promise, I feel, is probably the safest shelter that is in the Albuquerque area. The families each have their own individual space, and that is so important. No one's allowed to go into their space without knocking. They have a space where they can be a family. If they choose to go and watch movies with the other families, or they choose to go play board games with the other families, that's up to them. But they do have their own individual space, which a lot of the other shelters do not offer. We are a shelter who allows families to stay however they define themselves. It can be any family, multi-generational. It can be same-sex parents. It can be however they define themselves. And that is something that the other shelters do not allow. A grant from Albuquerque Involved would help us to continue to do the services that we do, would help us to continue to be successful with our families, making sure that we can stay above the 80th percentile in families securing employment, stay right about the 90th or above the 90th percentile in housing families, and help us make sure that in the long run, all these families remain housed. So families are the largest growing population of homeless right now in the nation and in Albuquerque. I am a single mother of 2 children, and for most of their life, we have lived doubled up, which is one of the definitions of homelessness. And it's so important to me because they are 19 and 17, and we are finally getting our own place. And that's why it's so important to me to make sure to help these people that I work with get into housing.